Hi. Welcome back to the review brought to you by Marissa. And this week,
Hi guys, it's Jasmine Ramirez.
you may know her from the news. So we're very
Wow.
excited. We're very excited to have her today. But as you know, this is a show where we talk all things media, where we can review all things media, whether it's games, movies, shows, or music. This is the place to be. And today,
No one more than Wicked. One of the best movies, Wicked.
yeah, today we're going to be talking about Wicked. Do you want to give them like a quick synopsis?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so Wicked is because Wicked comes before Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, it's like a prequel.
Yeah, so it's about two girls, Glinda and Elphaba, and they meet each other at school. They go through a phase where they hate each other, and then they end up becoming best friends. And then Elphaba has powers. We find out she has powers, so she heads to Oz with a wizard. I'm like blanking. Sorry, I love this movie and I'm blanking right now.
It's because there's just so many
There's
emotions
so much.
where it's like running at like a million miles an hour, and then you're like, all right, let me catch up for a second.
Oh, there's so much. And then Defying Gravity plays, and it's time for part 2.
Period. Exactly.
Comes out this Friday.
Yeah, it's this Friday, November 21st in theaters.
Are you going on Friday or?
I have work.
Oh, Saturday. Sunday?
I have work all the time. Whenever I'm not here, I work.
I need to go this weekend.
I know,
I'm
definitely-
so eager. I'm like,
I really do want to try because we have a theater literally like a 10-minute walk from us.
oh my gosh, that's perfect.
Well, you may have like driven by it on Main Street. Yeah.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's like really close.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically, Wicked is the prequel to The Wizard of Oz. And it's a prequel in the sense of Glinda and Elphaba. Whereas like you may have seen other like what is it, The Wonderful Wizard of Oz with Dave Franco, which is like the wizard story. But this one is, better. I like that movie, but this one is definitely better.
So
And
good.
Okay, so this is my first time watching it, like ever. I grew up listening to some of the music, but this is my first time I sat down and I watched it, and guys, if you could see this list, I was sitting there and I was like, okay, typing this, we have to talk about this.
I even made my own personal notes. I was like, I need to know this.
Right.
I need to cover this.
Yeah, like there's so much we have to talk about, and like I don't even know where to start. Actually, I'm gonna go based off of what Jasmine Vitelli, our co-host, said, and how people came into the movie, whether it's from The Wizard of Oz, whether it's from the musical, whether it's from Ariana Grande, like how I came, like I said, through the musical. My brother actually watched it on stage.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, like years ago.
He knows what happens.
Exactly.
Also, just a little side note, I have no idea what happens in the second movie. You don't either, right? Or do you?
No.
Okay. So we both have no idea. So no spoilers. This is us just kind of figuring it out as we go.
Yeah, like we know the ending, but
No, I don't think I do though.
girl, what do you mean? They showed you the ending? Well, like they showed you,
Well, yeah, but like in
but how we
between.
get there.
Yeah.
How we get there, we don't know the journey, but we know the ending, and I think that was one of my points. Throughout the movie. So I came into it because of the musical. How did you come into watching Wicked?
Okay, so last year around this time, my best friend Camille, she was like, "Do you want to go watch Wicked?" And I was like, "You know what? I actually really do want to go watch it." Like, it was definitely a movie where I was like, I'm actually intrigued. Like, I would actually be very down to watch it just because Ariana Grande. Honestly, that was the intriguing for me. Like, I was like, I love her. Like, she's so cute. So let's go and watch it. And we went. And let me just tell you, coming out of that theater, my life changed. I'm not even trying to be dramatic. You might think like drama queen. No, like I have like lived right in that movie since it came out.
Really?
Like I'm in love. I am so excited. I've done a whole year without any spoilers. So
Damn.
yeah, like
I mean, yeah, that is a good point because like it didn't actually come out, so people aren't talking about it or like stealing clips and showing it. But that's so interesting. So you came from kind of like an Ariana Grande,
Yeah.
which makes sense because she was so excited. Like I remember
Yes.
hearing about her getting it. Oh, she was so happy. It was so cute.
Yes.
Okay, so long list of stuff, guys. Like I just swear to God. So I think what really got me is, then this point says, what we know about the characters in The Wizard of Oz versus how we see them in Wicked, specifically because we're mostly focusing on Elphaba and Glinda in the first half, them specifically. Like, to me, seeing Elphaba, seeing Glinda, when you watch the movie, you're like, oh, when you watch Wizard of Oz, you're like, oh, they're just, you know, the Wicked Witch of the, what is it?
West.
Jesus. It's been so long. And Glinda and the Good Witch. And you're like, okay. And then you watch it and you're like, Glinda kind of sucks.
Yeah, like why is Glinda kind of mean?
She's a mean girl.
Yeah. No, I agree completely.
Watching it, and it kind of ties into like my other point that I said that how she's seen by like the population versus like from those in positions of power, like Madame Morrible, the wizard. Now wait, before I keep going, we haven't seen the second half, but you can't really talk about this movie specifically without getting into some spoilers. We will try to minimize it, but spoiler alert.
All right.
Yes. That's all I got. This is a spoiler alert. Just keep an ear out for that. We're gonna talk about all the themes in the show, in the movie, because it's a movie,
Musical.
not a stage production. And we're gonna talk about like the characters and just a whole bunch of stuff. Like I can't even like break it down what we'll be talking
This
about.
movie's 3 hours, guys. It's a pretty long movie.
Yeah, it was like I was like, okay.
there's a lot in here to cover.
I was like, it's still not over.
No,
I
I
loved
was
it,
literally
though.
freaking out in the movie theater. I'm like, oh my god, like when's the problem gonna happen? Like,
Yeah, I was
like what's gonna
I was like,
happen
oh, 40
next?
minutes left. Okay, cool. Yeah.
Like the movie, like watching the movie, every time something happened, I was in shock. I was like, I did not expect that to happen.
Yeah.
Like seriously, like it did such. Oh my gosh, what's the director's name? He did such a good job. Oh my gosh, he did such a great job.
It is John M. Chu.
Oh my gosh, yes. He is king. He did so well.
Yeah,
With
he did.
everything. Cast to just perfection. Visuals, amazing.
The visuals were really good.
Amazing.
My gripe with it, though, I will say, and this I think part and comes from being a media student, seeing, you know, your professors like kind of drilling continuity and, you know, matching audio to visual and blah, blah, blah. There were some points where I was like, okay, what happened to the audio here? Like in some of the songs in Loathing, What Is This Feeling? There we go. I was
Yes,
like, what
yes,
the heck? She like Elphaba sounds off. Like it's kind of like it's distorted almost a little bit. Now, a lot of people said they had a problem with that kind of distortion in Defying Gravity. I didn't.
Masterpiece. Oh my god.
Like when she says that it's me, like when she sings that, people are like, oh, that's, but I didn't have a problem with that distortion. But like sometimes
Yeah.
the audio, it just felt off and it just didn't sound right. But like overall, it was great.
Yeah.
The CGI could have been better with some of the animals. But I really did, like, that was just like my biggest issue with it.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people also compare it to the actual musical, with, like Indina Menzel. Oh my god, what is her name?
Kristen Chenoweth?
Yes. I feel
Chenoweth?
like a lot of people compare, especially like Elphaba, because like in Defying Gravity, like that's like a big song.
That's like
So
the icon.
They definitely, and honestly, if you listen to both, like they really do sound different. They're the
Yes.
same. They are the same, obviously, same lyrics, but like it's different. And I can't I can't describe it because they have different voices, obviously,
Right.
but I don't know. Like, I feel like a lot of people honestly hated on Elphaba, on like Cynthia Erivo.
Yeah, they did, for sure. because, you know, a lot of it comes from probably, I would say, maybe like the racism of it, even though she just plays a green witch. There's not,
She's green, guys.
which I mean, kind of plays to her as Elphaba, you know, like people are like, oh, she's green, she's different, that's weird, like that's bad. Which, oh my gosh, brings me to a point that I was watching and that I thought about for like the longest time, even before I watched the movie. The irony
Oh my gosh, I'm like reading
in
it. Wow.
Elphaba being green and having this, like her being ostracized, versus the Emerald City being green and it's this marvelous, fantastical, is what they would say, like power and beauty. And I feel like that kind of ties into the truth behind the wizard.
Yeah.
Like it feels like it's kind of a message, like kind of a reflection, or like I wouldn't even say a foil, but like a reflection of kind of the truth of Oz.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, for sure.
yeah.
Especially like in the, not the opening scene, but the scene where he, or actually no spoilers, like we don't know this for sure, but you can kind of like just
Oh yeah, I know
assume and
exactly what you're about to
and
say.
assume and guess with the green bottle
Yes.
and how he gives it to Alphaba's mom
yes.
and she drinks it. So who is Alphaba's dad?
Girl. And she has Elba has that green bottle with her. So I wonder, like we see it once. We see it once, but I wonder if we're gonna see it again in the second half. That
Like no, that like exactly. Like, I have so many questions. Like, will that unravel? Like, will he? Well, they reveal like who Alphaba's dad is. Will he come forward and be like,
do they know?
I'm your father?
Do they know that?
Do they know? They
That's
definitely don't.
That's
Nobody
true, because he
thinks
would
that.
have.
Like, she thinks her
they
dad is
would've-
her dad.
That's true. They just think she's different.
They just think she's different, but obviously she's different for a reason. You don't just come out green.
Right.
But I never thought about honestly, like I never put two together, like Emerald City and Alpha, like green.
Yeah.
Like, I really never did put that together.
I think what it was is, you know, I didn't watching Wizard of Oz. I didn't think about it. I was like, oh, okay, she's the Wicked Witch, bad, whatever.
Yeah.
And then people were talking about it. Like you couldn't really avoid it once the movie came out. I was like, there has to be like some sort of connection. I don't know if that was like the original intention of it being the truth behind the wizard and that he's, you know, if you haven't seen Wizard of Oz, that's crazy. And I'm gonna say it.
Such a classic.
I'm gonna say it. I'm so sorry. Like if you don't know the wizard is a fake, then, you know, maybe you wouldn't get it. But like, you know, seeing it at the end of Wizard of Oz, you knowing that truth and seeing the journey that all these characters are taking prior to Dorothy and, you know, her journey, it was just so interesting because I really sat there. I was like, they're really like moving out of her way. Like they're not trying to be near her, but like everyone loves the Emerald City. Everyone's dressed in green. Everyone is just,
they're dressed.
they're so prideful of it. They're so proud of it. And I think that leads into, oh my gosh, there was another thing that was, how does it feel? And I feel like we maybe actually kind of talked about how it feels kind of knowing the end and the truth. Okay, so never mind. Ignore that. Ignore what I just said. You had a couple points, Fiona.
Well, just to fill some space, because I know we just talked about Dorothy.
Yes.
The director actually reveals that Dorothy's face won't even be shown in.
Really?
Yeah. He said that this isn't her story. This is Glinda and Alphaba's story. So they're really emphasizing, which I'm so happy about.
Yeah.
Because there were so many rumors last year, like who's going to be Dorothy. They had
I
like
did
Dove
see-
Cameron. I don't remember who else they said, but or Sabrina Carpenter, I think was like
Right.
I don't really remember. But I know like there were a lot of rumors like who's going to be Dorothy. You know how rumors get created now.
Yeah,
You know?
easy.
So just the fact that it's going to be their story, I feel like brings more of how special like this movie is going to be.
Yeah, like, because they had, which does remind me of the imagery used in Wicked versus Wizard of Oz. I did see the trailer for the new one coming out on Friday. you do see only the back of back of her
Yeah.
head. Like you don't actually see her, which
Yeah.
is it is a really good idea.
Yes.
Because
yeah, I
people
agree.
will
Completely.
distract
Yeah, it's
and be
gonna
like,
pull
oh my
away.
god, it's whoever,
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah, no, the trailer, honestly, that's why I'm like, I'm so confused and like, I feel like not I feel like I know it's gonna happen, but like, they say this is gonna happen, but like, does it really? Just because of the trailer and the bits and pieces and how they're together, like Glinda and Elphaba like reunite, which obviously like
Yes.
they know, like obviously like they were gonna end up talking again, they knew.
Right.
But just I don't know, just like they did such a good job in the trailer too, because it's like
Mhm.
what's really gonna happen in this movie?
Yeah, that's
Because they
true.
bring back all the characters, like what or at the end when Glinda goes to follow Elphaba to Emerald City, excuse me, where like Nessa leaves because Bach like is like Glinda,
Yeah.
and it's like where does Nessa go? Like when
That's
she leaves, like
true.
where does she go?
It kind of ends on a cliffhanger because it was a book, and then its most popular adaptation was the musical, the stage production, and it kind of leaves us in the first act. So like
Yeah,
this is our
exactly.
we had a year intermission.
Longest intermission of my life.
I had 3 days intermission. I know. I just watched it yesterday. So like
How do you think I felt?
I know. It must have been bad because it's so good. So like it literally leaves you end of Defying Gravity done.
Oh my god.
And I was like, oh, okay.
What a masterpiece that was.
Yeah, so it kind of like shows everyone where they are and what's really like it's starting to show the shift
Yeah, no, for sure.
in the characters,
Yeah.
in their kind of stances.
Yeah. Like there's so many unanswered questions, especially in the
Yeah.
first one, for example, like we just talked about the green bottle, Elphaba's dad, or what about like Dr. Dillenhall? Like what happens to him? Like we don't know what happened to him at all.
Yeah.
Like are they gonna reveal what happens in the next movie? Are they gonna come back to that at all?
I wonder because she has like if you listen to The Wizard and I, she has this like premonition of she says a celebration throughout Oz that has to do with me. Yikes.
you know it's actually really funny that you brought that up because when I was watching it too, like I literally watched it last night too, just to get like a refresh. I watch this movie all the time, by the way. But just like when she said that too, like that actually I'm so just when I said it's like that specifically stuck out to me too because she was like again like a whole celebration for me and I was like there is, but like for the wrong reason.
Yo, girl, I was
you know?
like trying not to cry because I was watching it on my iPad and like my brother was watching TV, so I was like don't
"You
cry,
okay?"
don't cry. And then
Oh, I
like
cried a
at
bunch
the
during
little
the movie.
oh girl, like at the
I know you're talking
the little ball.
the ball. Mhm.
Girl, I was gonna bawl my eyes out because I was like,
Oh,
yeah, you
I
are
did.
mean.
I did bawl
Glyn-
my eyes out.
Girl,
I
I
was so
can't-
mean, girl.
Glinda is a mean girl.
Yeah, no, unpopular opinion. Like, and I love her like towards the end, obviously, or like actually towards the end, I was really hurt that she didn't like go with her. But at the same time, it like she like couldn't at the same like she couldn't go with her at the same time because then obviously the story wouldn't have made sense like at all.
true.
But I was really hurt with Glinda when she was being so mean to her at first because I was like honestly, unpopular opinion, but in my eyes, Elphaba did no wrong the entire movie.
She didn't.
Like
she
didn't.
didn't.
She was staying true to herself. She was following her dreams, and the wizard was literally. She found out the wizard is literally a lie, and he's fake, and he can't do magic. So
like imagine
like,
if your whole life
her reaction was completely valid, in my opinion. Like,
Right.
everyone was freaking out, and I was like, valid.
Everyone's like, yeah, just get over it. What do you mean?
Like-
Like what are you talking
Everyone
about?
had a non-valid crash out. Like, why are you mad?
Like, in my opinion, Dorothy didn't crash out enough because she was like, oh, what do you mean? Oh, he's lying to you. You did all this for what?
Tiger.
But that brings up
No
a good
idea.
point of like actually a couple points of the conformity versus individuality. Like Glinda is very much wanting to conform, and that's part of why she decided to stay behind, or like didn't even. I don't think it was ever an option for her to leave. Like she definitely didn't want to because, like in Defying Gravity, grovel in submission to feed your own ambition because she wants the power, she wants the magic.
Yeah.
And
She called her out.
she did. And like having, everyone around her, like I said earlier, praise her for doing literally nothing. She'll be standing there and they're like, oh my God, you're so perfect, girl. But like having Madame Morrible and the wizard be like, okay, moving on. to Elphaba and kind of showing her need, her desire to have that kind of validation and have that acknowledgement from them speaks to her need to conform and to be, you know, the Aussian basically to me. Whereas like Elphaba's like, you know, yeah, I'm green, who cares? Like I have to live like this because she's been forced to live like this. And which is why I love Elphaba, girl.
Yeah, she's such a like honestly, I know people are like, oh, like pick one, like who's your favorite? Like I'll be honest, like I don't think I could pick one just because I think they are so perfect in their roles.
Yeah.
That I can't just be like, I like her better. I like her better. Like I can't. Because I feel like I see a bit of myself in both characters.
Yeah.
Obviously not the Glinda mean girl. but I feel like in like I don't know, because Glinda, you can tell, really does love her. Like they really are best friends.
Yeah.
And
for sure.
even though, they didn't get along at first, they really did become like really close friends. And that was really beautiful to see, especially as the film went on. Because I'm telling you, like I was so angry at first. I was like, Glinda's being so mean. And then they became really close. And I was like, no, I it healed something in me.
That's true. It's like seeing that sense of girlhood. It is really beautiful. Because it's also like in such a beautiful scene. Like the set design.
Oh my god!
Everyone that worked on that, amazing. Like they did a phenomenal job.
That movie was, like
it was beautiful.
Like wow.
Like visually beautiful. Like obviously the story is beautiful too. The journey is beautiful, but like visually,
they excelled in the box office. Like it was just such a great watch. And I know so many people are so excited for this weekend too.
Yeah,
I'm scared the movie theater is gonna be like.
Oh, it's gonna be horrible.
Like touching the people next to us.
Yeah, like the movie theater by us, because we live near each other. It has like the recliners, so like you have to pick your seat. God. So like you should probably look into that if you want to go see and you want to go there. So you said you can't really pick a favorite character. I can. It's Elphaba. Now, like Ariana and Cynthia did amazing jobs. They acted phenomenally. I will say Ariana Grande does this thing where she like squints sometimes, and she did that in the movie, and I was like, can you stop that? Please.
Oh my god.
But like I loved it. Like she really, like you can tell she was so passionate about the role. Like she was amazing.
Phenomenal.
Cynthia Erivo, amazing. So like, it's not in terms of acting. I think it's in terms of characters themselves. Yeah. Because I would love to think that if it was like, hey, follow the regime or follow someone who's breaking away from that, I would follow, you know, my friend.
Yes.
You know, kind of like, if you stand for nothing, you fall for anything. And that's kind of where Glinda is. And that's kind of like what, as a character, I wouldn't want to align myself with. Like, obviously, there is some sort of like socialization that we all go through to like kind of conform a little bit at least. Otherwise, we wouldn't fit in. Yeah. But kind of having the ability to go against the grain is really what sets them apart from me. And we see like other characters like Bach and Fiyero, kind of starting to go against the grain. Not even like, Bach was always kind of like, hey, this is a little weird. Yeah. Like the energy, like I don't really get it. Yeah. So like if I had to pick a second favorite character, it would be Bach.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. See, like you're the first person who I've ever heard say that.
Really?
I feel like everyone hates on him.
And I think it's because of it's him as like an actor and not as a character.
Honestly.
Because I think like with the drama with like Ariana Grande and like his wife and all that. Yeah. So people
honestly you are right. Yes.
Can't separate that. But yeah, I like as a character, I think Bach is actually really great.
I think Fiyero, honestly, I think he was really good.
Yes.
And he like doesn't care like what anyone else thought either. Like, yeah, he's a prince, so he's supposed to be this like kind of rude, like I'm prince, like I'm the only one that matters.
And he knew that.
But I feel like he doesn't act like that either.
Yeah.
Like he's very like he's a good guy. Like, he's definitely a good guy. And especially Glinda, like in the opening act too, how they were like, Glinda, was it true you're her friend?
Yeah.
And she was like, yes. But then what did she say after?
She changed it. She's like, yes, but like, I just knew her.
Yeah.
kind of still distancing
that hurt me. I
herself.
was like, that you guys were like best friends.
Right.
You know?
She like I knew her once. Like we talked to each other. Like she literally
our
distancing
paths
herself.
crossed at school.
Yeah. Like, and it's kind of.
It kind of goes back to like what you were saying, where she's this figure now, and she actually says that in the trailer. Like she tells Alphaba, like, I'm this figure now, you know, like I have to be a certain way. I have to dress like this. I have to get the bubble. I get the wand, because Alphaba knows like she does not have real magic.
Nope.
You even see in the trailer that the bubble appears only when she taps it on the little like the bottom where she stands. Like that's how the bubble's created.
Yeah.
Not that, you know, she does it, but like everyone thinks that it's because she has this great magic, you know, and she has to put up this front, especially because Madame Marble was like really mean to her. She was so mean to her. She was really mean to her.
She actually really was.
Yeah. Especially, I don't know if you, again, like going back to the trailer, how the scene where she scares her by like yelling at her.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yes.
And she looks so scared.
Yeah.
And it's like she's almost in a way forced. Like I feel like I see like past it too. Like she's forced to do this now. Even though like it's everything she wanted, because you know she did want to be a sorceress, but
yeah,
it's like an act at the same time.
Yeah, because I feel like that did bring in a good point, because I was like, obviously she loves Alphaba, right? And she loves her, and that's why there is some sort of hesitation. But because she wants this so bad, she's starting to realize that like for power you need to make great sacrifice. Even if part of that sacrifice is succumbing to, I don't even want to say the evil, because the Wizard of Oz isn't actually evil. He's just a lying liar, scumbag. Like, sorry, but like, they are actually. Hold on, they are actually a little bit more evil in Wicked as opposed to Wizard of Oz. We don't really see Oz that much. We kind of just see like
we don't really get to know them. We know Dorothy's story. That's what we get.
So they are kind of like not great people in here. So I will say, I will switch what I'm saying. Kind of, you know, you have to kind of align yourself to gain that power, because clearly they're powerful. And like I said, she wants that kind of validation and that acknowledgement from them. So she knows she has to do it. So it's like kind of that internal battle, which actually, because they're evil, and because they don't. Well, Miss Marvel, she has powers, but like the wizard doesn't, Glinda doesn't, and it reminds me of like how Elphaba, who is this anomaly almost, has the power the same way the animals have the ability to talk and to teach and to do all of these things, and how they're now seen as other, and kind of how it kind of shows, like, if you think, I'm trying to figure out how to word this, like if you look at it from the perspective of Oz, it's very industrialized, right? The trains, all of the machinery, very industrialization, whereas Elphaba is very in tune with nature, and we see her, we use her magic on nature, like with the flowers.
To do good. She uses her magic to do good.
Yeah, and like the animals are natural, and you know, their ability to learn how to talk and things like that are natural to them. And it kind of, I feel like it's also kind of a critique on industrialization, because it kind of takes away that magic, that beauty, that imagination. And, you know, it's like this fake constructed identity versus like what it's supposed to be. And I think that's beautiful. And do you have any like thoughts about that?
No, I honestly have never like looked at it in that way.
I think my problem is I'm currently writing my paper working on my paper for departmental honors. So I'm like,
You're really, you're analyzing it.
Yeah, because I'm like analyzing podcasts. So like I'm really in the like mindset of analyzing media right now. But yeah, guys, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this. Like, I'm so serious about this.
Sorry for like just yap this whole time.
I know this is gonna be our longest episode yet. But honestly, I feel like it's worth it.
There's a lot of wicked lovers out there. I know. Oh, I know you're out there.
I see you.
Oh, I see you. All right.
So I think we kind of touched on. Oh, wait. We started briefly talking about it. The imagery used in Wicked versus Wizard of Oz. This one right here. The bicycles, which, I guess, spoiler alert for this specifically, when they rescue the lion cub and they put him in the bicycle with a basket on the end, like how Dorothy has her, or no, how the Wicked Witch has the bicycle with Toto in the Wizard of Oz. Do you remember that?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And like Toto like gets out and like runs back.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God. And then the flower field, the poppy field
Yeah.
in Wizard of Oz, where it actually all comes to do with the lion cub.
Yeah.
Like the poppy scene, like if you watch Wizard of Oz, there's a scene where they're in a flower field and they go to sleep. They're put to sleep. And in the movie, in Wicked, she uses her powers to accidentally put everyone but Fiero, which I'm confused as to why.
Yeah, that's still,
To sleep.
it's very it's unanswered.
And I hope we know why.
we definitely will, because that brings us to like the Tin Man and the lion and, oh my gosh, what was the third one?
Scarecrow.
Scarecrow, yes. Like, wait. Sorry, guys.
Yeah,
it's
we
been
do
a
get
while.
we do get to see them. They're like how they're
Yeah,
created,
they're definitely
who they
characters.
were, and
Yeah,
that,
that's a
comes in
big
the
part of it
second
too.
part. Yeah,
And although we don't know, like, I know, again, they don't show Dorothy's face, but
yeah, but they probably
I
will
don't
show
know.
the other three.
yeah, so.
That's gonna be. I'm excited for that new movie. And I think this is like really. This part came to me what I'm about to say during Defying Gravity. Glinda's part in creating the image of the Wicked Witch. At the ball, at the very beginning, or like when they first go to the ball, when Fiero gets introduced, she gives her the hat. During Defying Gravity, she gives her the cape. And, unintentionally kind of creating this idea or creating the image of what they associate with the Wicked Witch. Like if you remember at the very beginning, during No One Mourns the Wicked, she has like the big hat, she has the long black dress and
the broom.
black cape. Like, how do you feel about that? Like, cause we're talking about friendship and how, they are so loving with each other. They're like really like girlhood, love it.
Yeah.
But also, Glinda has to kind of sacrifice that for power because she wants power. And kind of unintentionally, but also like she has intentionally like left her, to go with Morrible and the Wizard. And, not really speaking out against, the movie ended, so we don't know if she speaks out against the idea of the Wicked Witch, but she unintentionally creates the image of the Wicked Witch.
Yeah. So remember how when she first gives her the hat, she said like, this is an ugly hat that my aunt, I think it was her aunt. Grandma.
I think.
But her grandma made that for Glinda.
Mm-hmm.
And then Glinda was like, this is ugly. Here, like, let me prank her or let me like make fun of her,
Yeah.
So that just brings back to that emotional scene.
Yeah, girl.
Tears every single time.
Yeah.
And then she decides and then she feels bad because she realizes that Elphaba literally is like, hey, Madame Marble, like, can you take Glinda, please? Like, can you help her?
Mm-hmm.
Because she helped Nessa, with Bach and like her finding him as like a date. So like Elphaba's heart was just in the right place completely. And then, obviously we learned Glinda was trying to, be mean and give her that hat. And then even the cape, I know you said like you're analyzing everything, and I know that happens, but I don't think I've ever looked at it like, oh shoot, like she really kind of does give her that Wicked Witch image.
The way you were saying it, how like the hat was a prank, is like kind of ironic and kind of like directly opposed to the cape, because that was an act of kindness. Because she was like, you're trembling, maybe you're cold, so she gives her the cape to warm her up. And it kind of like elongates as the song goes on to really like solidify her image as the Wicked Witch. Yeah. So kind of like the prank versus kindness, and like the kindness is Elphaba truly coming into her individuality and her herself, her magic, which I'm so excited to see more of Elphaba's magic in the second movie because
Oh, we know what's gonna happen too.
yeah, like we kind of see it, like I would say like maybe 3 times.
Yeah, she doesn't do magic a lot in the
Yeah,
first.
but I'm ready for it. Okay, this has been a really long episode. Let's try and wrap it up. So you said you don't have a favorite character. Do you have a favorite song?
Oh, Defying Gravity.
Honestly,
I hope you're happy, my friend.
same. I love Defying Gravity because I was watching it and I was like, it's also so visually well done.
Yes.
Like it's just it brings
Such a
about
long scene. It's so
Oh,
long.
you know what's a long song? Dancing Through Life.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, we're
Oh my
still
gosh.
we're still
See,
on that song.
See, honestly, like Defying Gravity, like I love that song. But even What Is This Feeling? Such a fun song.
Yes,
Such a fun song. That scene is so good. And how, especially how it got so big within like media, TikTok, and how people were doing the dance with the books.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I know we didn't bring them up at all, and this just be quick, but Glinda's best friends,
Oh yeah.
they're perfect.
I
They're
do like
perfection.
that. I
They
do
are
love that.
so funny.
Bowen Yang.
They
I don't
were
know the girl's name,
perfect.
but yeah.
Every single cast member was casted perfectly.
Yeah.
And I would never choose anyone to replace any of them.
That was actually a question,
They
so
were
I'm glad that you
perfect.
actually said that because I was like, do you think someone would be better casted differently? But there you are.
Nobody's more perfect than the cast that they have.
I do
really
agree.
think they did great.
Yeah.
Really.
I think if I had to change one, it would probably. Nah. I would say. No, I actually wouldn't.
yeah, like I just
I was gonna say
can't.
maybe I do have one, but I actually really don't.
But I wouldn't know anyone else, especially because you learn later on, like
That's
who
true.
actually auditioned for these roles.
Yes.
Like Andina Menzel actually auditioned for Alphaba. Oh, okay. We're like, newer, fresh blood.
yeah, because it is always
Perfect.
changing. Like stage
Yeah.
right. Stage production always changes. So like obviously the movie has to be a little bit different too.
Yeah.
Also they're like way older now.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was years ago when they played, and they're kind of
Yeah,
supposed to
this
be
is, like,
college students.
COVID.
Yeah.
They literally were filming during COVID. And
Yeah.
we didn't even find out that Wicked even existed until what, 2023? Because it came out. Oh no, 2024, I think, right?
2022, I think. 2022 or 2023 is when we heard about, I think, Ariana Grande getting the role.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's how I learned that it was a thing, because she got the role.
Yeah.
Or, like, they were talking about her getting the role.
We found out like so much later too. It's just so crazy. Like how do you keep a secret like that?
Honestly, I feel like it's easier to keep a secret like that than it is if you're, like people who keep secrets of them being pregnant, but, like, they're always being photographed. And I'm like, how'd you do that? How'd you do that? Did you pay
No,
them to, like,
seriously.
edit it? Like, what? Like, you
No,
have...
seriously.
Unimportant. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry guys.
But yeah, Defying Gravity, 10 out of 10. Love it. The production is amazing. It, like, you really feel the emotion because it, like, shows you the characters throughout it too. And also, it's a vocally, like, oh my gosh, strong
Perfection.
song. And Cynthia Erivo, her voice is so clear.
Yes.
Like, it's, oh, she's
Yeah,
so
she has such a
skilled.
great voice. Every time she performs, I know she performed. Oh my gosh, I actually forget. But the first time she performed Defying Gravity live, like my eyes teared up.
Yeah,
Like, I was like,
she's
oh,
she's already so
good.
talented, but she's really, like, honed it into such a strong skill,
Mhm.
and that's so important.
Agreed.
Okay, we're done. So as a reminder, Wicked for Good drops this Friday, November 21st, in theaters. Go watch the first part is on Amazon Prime if you have it, but you can also probably rent it from a bunch of other places like
Peacock.
YouTube, Apple TV. Watch it there, and then watch the new season, and let us know what you think. Right? Any last words?
Watch Wicked on Thursday, and then go watch Wicked Part 2 on Friday.
Oh my gosh! Wait, final thing. We didn't actually give it a review. What's your rating?
100 out of 10.
Okay. So, like, what? 100 out of 5 stars if you had.
Oh, like 5 stars. What is it, like 5 Rotten Tomatoes? That's good. Rotten Tomatoes are good, right?
Rotten Tomatoes, you wouldn't do like 100%.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
I would give it like a 9.5 out of 10. That 0.5 is for like, hold on.
I'm joking. I'm joking, guys.
Before I get like jumps. It's literally for like those little like audio visual
Yeah.
things that like really got to me.
Honestly, the next time, again, like I have never, because I'm more of like a other side of the media. You're
you're like more like journalism.
Yeah.
I'm more
writing,
of like the media.
Yeah. And you
Yeah.
pay attention to those sounds. And I've honestly never really realized that. So the next time I watch it, I'm actually really gonna pay attention. To that.
Yeah.
Like I'm just curious.
Like
to
there's
see,
a
like, if
part
I
where
missed it.
like Glenda's talking to, and I'm like, you know, that's not what she's saying on the other side of that. Or is it Morrible? Maybe it's both of them. But like literally because of those, like you are a multi-million-dollar movie, you can do a little bit better than that. Because I feel like there was too many, not too many, but like there were more mistakes. Maybe it's just because I am a media student and I study media production that I noticed it more.
Yeah.
But like that's the only reason I would give it off. But other than that, good
Just
story,
0.5,
good
it's
songs.
fine.
Yeah, it's 0.5. I don't even know about 4. And I think that's it for this episode of the review. That's it, and it's the longest episode we've ever had. Thank you to Jasmine for joining
I'm
us
so
today.
happy to be here. I would love to be back soon.
Yeah, because
You'll have me.
it was actually Jasmine's idea. She was like, "Do you like Wicked?" And I was like, "Well, yeah, but I haven't seen it yet."
And I was like, what do you mean?
So
and then she was like,
yeah.
let's do a Wicked. And I'm like, can I be on it? She didn't invite me, I asked.
yeah, she was like leading up to that, but this was really fun. I really liked it.
Yes, I had so much fun.
so
Thank
we
you for
definitely-
watching. If you made it this far, thank you. 'cause
Facts.
I don't even want to know how long this is.
I keep looking at the
We're
time
gonna
and I'm
rewatch
like,
later.
oh,
Oh my gosh.
It's like 40, 15 minutes. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you have gotten this far, thank you to Jasmine for being here.
Of course.
And remember, watch Wicked. Okay, bye.